Hello and welcome to a special Sunday episode of Grapple Games TV. Today in the hot seat we have Jack versus Brennen. Jack is one of our YouTube viewers who actually traveled with his family all the way from New Hampshire to play and ended up making it to the hot seat Sunday afternoon Magic. He's playing a red-black Minotaur deck versus Brennen, who is playing his Bug Walkers deck. Looks like Jack leads off with two swamps. Brennen lays down Land of War Wastes and brings out his Caryatid. That'll definitely provide a blocker for against Jack's Minotaurs. Brennen brings out his Temple of Deceit, leaves his card on top, and casts Underworld Connections, putting it on the wastes. Jack brings out Deathbellow Raider, who has to attack each turn and can be regenerated. Unfortunately, right now, he'll just be running into Sylvan Caryatid. Brennen lays down his Temple of Mystery. Looks like he had a land there, so he's going to scry that to the bottom. And he passes turn. Jack drops a Mountain. And for 4 mana, casts Mogis, the God of Slaughter, and then swings in with his Raider, who is quickly downfalled by Brennen. Mogis says at the beginning of your opponent's upkeep he has to sacrifice a creature or take 2 damage, so Brennen takes damage from Mogis. Brennen plays out his second Sylvan Caryatid and passes turn. Well, the second Deathbellow Raider played out by Jack. Passes turn. Brennen decides not to sacrifice one of his Caryatids, and he takes 2 damage. Cast Kiora, targeting Mogis, which means he cannot do damage anymore. Another Mountain for Jack. Looks like he's got Doomblade. Fortunately, those won't be able to touch the Kiora or the Caryatids. So he has to attack with the Raider. Brennen blocks with the Caryatid. Does not kill it. Brennen is going to draw a card off Underworld Connections. Brings his life down to 14. Got the Mogis trigger, which does nothing because he was cured. Brennen plays out the Courser Crufix. He's got Ashiok on top of his library. He's going to cast Read the Bones, paying 2 life. Looks at the top 2 cards. Ashiok and a land. He decides to keep both of those. Plays the land. Scries that to the bottom. Another land on top. Gonna plus up Cure again, hitting Mogis. Jack now has a target for the Doomblade, which he plays on the Courser. And now the way is free for his Minotaur to get through. Looks like he's swinging in at Brennen though. Oh no, he hit Kiora. For 2 damage, brings her loyalty back down to 2. Brennen's playing the Scavenging Ooze. Jack plays Doomblade on the Ooze. In response, Brennen is going to Use the ooze to eat one of the creatures out of Jack's library or graveyard and gain a life. Then he's going to play out his Ashiok, plussing it, exiling cards off Jack's library. Looks like a couple lands and a Doomblade. Hits Mogus again with Kiora, and passes turn. Alright, Jack plays out a second Raider, and swings in. Brennen blocks with his tree, and Jack passes turn. Brennen's going to draw a card off of Underworld. Alright, another Courser comes out for Brennen. Plays a land and gains a life. Got Abrupt Decay on top. Pluses up Kiora. Pluses up Ashiok. Looks like he got a couple of creatures from Jack's library. All the cards are exiled. Ashiok can only put creatures into play, so the rest of them don't really matter. Brennen plays Vraska, destroying one of the Raiders, and then passes turn. It looks like Jack has a second Mogus in his hand. Looks like he plays a Seismic Stomp. All the creatures on the ground can't block, so the Raider is able to get in. Went after Brennen's life total, so he is down to 12. Brennen has so many Planeswalkers. He could have hit Vraska at least and probably killed her. Otherwise, it's just another removal spell at Brennen's fingertips. Ashiok's being plussed up here, getting 3 more cards off the top. Kiora takes care of Mogus. Got 2 mana for another ooze. 5 mana for Nissa, World Waker. He's plussing her up, making one of his lands into a 4/4, and then swings in with the Courser and the land for 6 damage. Jack is at 14 life. Minotaur Skullcleaver comes out. He has haste and gets a +2. Jack plays a Seismic Stomp, hoping to get them in. Brennen responds with an Abrupt Decay, taking out the Skullcleaver. Alright, Breeding Pool is played in by Brennen, gains a life. Here's Downfall on top. Brennen pluses up Kiora, targeting Mogus again. Another plus on Ashiok. Getting some more cards off Jack's library. Minusing Vraska, destroying his last Minotaur there. Making another 4/4 land with Nissa. Looks like he's swinging in with the lands, Courser, and the Scavenging Ooze. Eats a couple things with the ooze. And we're going ahead and moving on to game 2. Jack just wasn't able to get a critical mass of Minotaurs out there with all the removal in Brennen's deck and Planeswalkers to deal with. Brennen lays down a Temple of Mystery, leaves the card on top. Jack plays the Temple of Malice, leaves the card on top. Breeding Pool comes in tapped. Jack brings out the Deathbellow Raider. Brennen plays out the Courser of Krufix. It's got a Urborg on top. Plays it in, gains life. It's at 21. Got a Mizium Mortars coming down on the Courser's head. Minotaur gets in for 2. Brennen's down to 19. Five mana for Vraska. A minus takes care of the Minotaur. Looks like for 4 mana we've got Mogis coming out again. We've got 2 damage being dealt to Brennen. I think probably if that 2 damage was dealt to redirected to Vraska instead, that might have helped. Brennen pluses up Vraska. Plays out Liliana Vess. And looks like he's using the minus to tutor up a card. Tutors up Kiora there. And then he gets to put that on top of his library. Alright, Ragemonger comes out for Jack. Reduces the cost of Minotaurs by a black and a red. Got the Mogis trigger doing two more damage to Brennen. Cure comes out, plus a Mogis. Not what Jack wanted to see. We've got Ashiok coming for Brennen. Using the Mana Confluence, so I think he lost a life there. So we get two creatures. Looks like a Generator Servant was one of them. And he minuses Vraska to take care of the Ragemonger. Pluses Liliana to force Jack to discard a card. Jack discards his Fanatica Mogis. Looks like he has a Doomblade, which currently doesn't help him, with Brennen not having any creatures. And he passes turn. Discards a Seismic Stomp. Cures his Mogis. Exiles his library with Ashiok.
No, those are from discard. These are exile.
Alright, Brennen plays out his Watery Grave. And casts Read the Bones. Paying 2 life, discard 2, draw 2.
Draw that. Discard this one.
It looks like Jack pulled a Minotaur off the top. Looks like another one of the death. Oh, it's the Minotaur Skull Cleaver. So he has haste. He gets +2. Another Abrupt Decay takes care of him. Unfortunately, Brennen's not letting Jack keep out any of the Minotaurs. We've got 5 mana being tapped for Vraska. Vraska will be plussed up. Liliana's being plussed up. Jack's discarding another Minotaur. Ashiok steals some cards. Back to Jack's turn. Another Doomblade. Not the card he wanted to see. Alright, he passes turn. Brennen plays Read the Bones. Scries 2. Let's see, what did he draw? Looks like maybe a land. Plays out the Overgrown Tomb. Didn't quite see what other cards he played. Pluses up Vraska. Pluses up Liliana. Another discard. Getting rid of that Doomblade. Pluses Kiora. Pluses Ashiok. We got Runaway Planeswalkers over here. So it looks like Jack pulled another Minotaur that cost 5 to play. He's stuck on 4 lands. Nothing that he can do except pass turn. Alright, Nisa comes out. Makes her 4/4 elemental on Mana Confluence. Vraska is going to be ultimated. Brennen gets 3/1/1 Assassins. And if they touch Jack, game over. Ultimating Kiora gets the emblem. Plussing up Liliana. Jack discards his Minotaur. Ashiok, it's got enough to be ultimate, but Brennen decides just to go ahead and plus him up. Mana Confluence getting in for 4. And in step the Kraken. Yep, not much the Jack can do at this board state, so that is end of game 2. And Brennen had all the removal in his hand, plus another Ashiok. Alright, so hope you enjoyed special Sunday match. I want to thank Jack and his family for coming down and joining us. And catch us next time on Grapple Games TV. Thanks a lot.